Open Topics with Don Armando.
Yeah, I'm your host. This is Open Topics with Don Armando, the martial arts edition. So I'm gonna have a guest that's going to be coming up. So stay tuned. Sup? Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Simon Hectic? Hello?
Sorry about that.
Hey,
How you doing, bro?
we're doing good.
All right.
Set some volume
Yeah,
to this. Good
yeah.
evening.
Good evening.
Us.
Oof.
I want to, like always, start off saying, thank you to the Almighty for giving me the time and opportunity and the blessing to be here. And I want to bless the listeners, the followers, the people that share, the people that comment, the people that hear through other people that heard. I want everybody that receives these words, even if they heard it from somebody else and not directly through the show, to be blessed in the name of our Almighty Father and His Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, I get you, bro. But who's the Almighty Father?
Who is the Almighty Father?
Mm-hmm.
Goes by different names, but that's not the topic of today. Today's Martial Arts Day, not Religion Day.
Martial arts for you, maybe.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, well, today is actually the martial arts sector. So you said that you have your own student, right,
I have a
Senpai?
student here with me.
All right. Um, okay, I forgot. Okay, what is the occasional greeting when you actually talk to a sensei? I mean, in your martial arts system.
I mean, first we start off with us, which is, not just a sign of respect, but it's also a sign of loyalty amongst the brotherhood, because
All right.
nobody is per se father of anyone in this system. We're all brothers in the system. You might be my
Right.
senior brother, you might be my older brother. Anyone that's a senior or older than you, even if they're a belt that's under you, if they're a senior to you, you call them senpai. That's
Senpai.
respect.
Okay.
That's respect to who they are as a senior, as an elder. They could be your elder in a belt, but they could also not be an elder in a belt. If they're
I
your
don't.
elder by 2 years, 5 years, whatever, you Ushian, Usenpai. Your Shion, that's someone that is a direct instructor, a direct teacher. Senpai could be
All right.
anyone. Senpai could be your teacher at school.
No, that don't make
Okay.
sense. That don't make sense, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's kind of outdated. Like, you're speaking about Chinese phraseology, and
Now is actually
Okinawa, that's Japan.
Japanese Okinawan, yeah. Because before Japan went up and they took over Okinawa. Okinawa was known as the Ryukyu Kingdom,
Yeah, the
mhm.
and
Ryukyu Kingdom.
and from that's where karate actually came from, and the Chinese
I
usually
mean,
either call
it's
it
kind of
chain fist.
it's kind of interesting. So, I mean, what do you get out of karate? I mean, like, cause you're panelist. Um,
I can't hear you, bro.
I can hear you.
you can't hear me.
All right, we hear you now.
What do you get out of karate?
What?
Yeah, he's asking, what do you get out of karate?
What do you get out of karate?
Yes, that's what he's asking.
Well, karate is an all-around defense system, attack system, grappling system. Basically, it's used in the military. It's used by civil police, because I don't put the police, to me, if they're not military police, they're civil police. Like the cops in your city, they're civil police. They're not military police. Um,
Where'd you get that information from? Because you said karate is used in the military police and the civil police. Where'd you get that information from?
where are you from, brother?
Well, yeah, you remember we spoke to him the last time. He's from the UK.
Oh, okay, okay. So now I'm seeing a face to that person's voice. Um, UK has a few dojos, but it's like he said, it's very rare to bump into them. So I could
All
understand why he
right.
has so many questions. Where do I get this?
Uh,
Brother, I served 10 years in the Marine Corps.
yeah, the United States Marine Corps.
So yeah, we
And
do all types of martial arts. Karate is based one of the basic fundamentals.
Okay.
is, uh, okay, so
So he's saying karate is like a staple within within the Marine Corps, right? That's what he's saying.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
But you don't have any discipline, so I don't know what you believe in.
Right.
What have you studied? You don't have a discipline. So I don't know what you believe in. You can't tell
When
me you
you
can't
know,
tell me XYZ about karate if you've never studied karate in your life. You
yeah,
can't
but
tell me XYZ about kung fu only because you saw a video. Like
why
this is
why
about experience.
why would you say to a man that he has no discipline?
Are you a soldier, brother?
Why'd you say to a man that he has no discipline if you
Are
don't
you a
even know
soldier?
who he is?
Are
You
you a
don't know.
soldier? Have you ever served?
Um, I can answer your question, but
I would
I'm
love for
kind of
you to answer
intrigued.
my question. That's why I asked it 3 times.
Yeah, you sound a bit too forward, so I'm gonna wait.
I don't know how many Marines you know, bro, but we're very serious when we talk. So when we see that people try to take what we're saying as a joke, we get even more serious. You're questioning my knowledge and you're making me get more serious because it's like how are you going to talk to me about my experience when I'm the one that shed blood and tears for it?
In fact, you don't actually sound like a Marine because you're getting emotional,
You're funny.
and you know what I'm talking about.
You don't sound like a Marine because you're getting emotional.
Mm-hmm.
What is pride?
Um, that's a really good question.
Mm.
You know, I see pride like cake. It just depends on how much you wanna split that shit up and distribute it to your fellows. That's how I see pride.
I'll break it down into simple. Pride to me is the emotion of you defending something. When you have pride for your family, you defend your family emotionally. You put that emotion into what you're speaking. So to deny my emotions or to deny my affiliation with the military because I'm showing pride for what I do, kind of out of line, brother.
I get what you're saying, but being in the military and stuff like that, you should understand how funerals work, right? So your emotions have no place in funerals. If you've actually like look, I got a plate in my jaw, bro. And that was through a shot. That was for a shot. So I live with that. And that's the only reason why I talk the way I talk. I'm not trying to be obnoxious. I appreciate your service and salute to you.
I'm gonna get a speaker because I can't hear him. I'm gonna get a speaker to connect to my phone because I can barely hear this man.
Yeah. You might be like where you at? Are you like in a high flat or low flat? Because we can't hear you, Simon.
I apologize for that. I'm in the UK. Let me see if I could do something about that.
Okay. Come back and log out and come back. I'll accept you in. Maybe the sound might be better.
Well, it's like something that wasn't.
Oh no, it's low.
All right.
Sometimes can you
There
hear me
you
now?
go. Now I
My
hear
computer
you.
does that.
Oh man, I couldn't hear you for
Oh,
Yeah.
squat, bro. I couldn't even
yeah.
recognize who you were. I remember talking to you last week. What's up, man? I
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
hear
what I
nothing
mean.
he was saying. I'm like, who is this guy?
I apologize.
It sounded like you were talking low on purpose. I'm like, yo, is this guy trying to muffle? Like,
No,
what is he doing?
no. I didn't get it. Like I just checked the sound levels and it was low. So thank you for making me understand that.
So you're from the part of UK where there's mostly Jamaicans.
Um no, I mean there's no part of the UK where there's most of anybody. Um they have it's mostly Asians to be fair. I mean black people don't get a look in.
All right. So, all right. Now, talking about England, right? I have seen some documentaries. Which area or states? Which because I've heard this name of organization a lot, and they've been telling us about this organization a lot, like this guy named Trapmore Ross or whatever. So which estate these guys on Moscow Seven is from? If you don't mind me asking,
No,
Simon.
I'm listening to you, but the thing is that I don't really understand what you're talking about because we have estates. It's like your projects, right?
Yeah.
Um, so was there a specific? It sounds like that was like a specific sort of like news article or some shit. So I'm trying to work out what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like okay, because Moscow Seven, right? I guess they're like a drill or rap group that comes from one of the states. I forgot what it's from, but I've been hearing their name as far as British or UK rap. So I've
Hmm.
been hearing that name quite frequently.
I'm looking it
And
up because they're not that relevant.
oh, okay,
Yeah, it's like you know, um, we see certain things over where you're at. You have prominent figures like Nas, Jay Z, Beyonce, blah blah blah. Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know,
you're welcome to
Moscow,
come. Yeah, you're welcome to come
Moscow.
up if you can,
I ain't heard
Westies.
of that. I ain't heard of that. And
Yeah.
even I've just Googled it, and it says Moscow 17. It ain't even Moscow 7. I don't know who they are, and I
Oh,
do know
okay. So it's
I know
Moscow 17. Okay.
I know everybody. Trust me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the dude in London. Trust me. So it's just like nah, they're I don't know. Yeah, I can understand that at the same time because when you're looking at things from another perspective, it
Right.
may seem like reality.
Hey Johnny, how you doing? Long time no see.
Long time no see, brother. I've been working on my languages. I'm the language guy. Everybody knows me on YouTube in these spaces, these particular spaces as the language guy. Um,
Yes,
I've been
cause
working on my
cause tonight's topic we're just talking about the martial arts in general, cause that's what I've been on for like maybe this is the third Wednesday that we're actually talking about the martial arts because it was a
yeah.
week or 2 weeks ago that I had Pete and another martial arts expert by the name of Take.
Hmm.
And Take and Pete, they actually have similar backgrounds as far as their service
To the
to
to
the
the skits,
United to the
skits.
United States military
Oh,
and
oh,
their expertise to the martial arts.
oh! I did not know that.
Jay, I
Yeah.
appreciate you being a grammar Nazi.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that a whole lot.
I appreciate it. You know why? Because the person that corrects loves. If you didn't love, you
Exactly.
wouldn't take your time to correct.
Exactly.
So I
and,
appreciate it. Correct me,
and
please.
and the main thing is with languages, like I'm losing my English. I'm losing a lot of my because I was really a grammar Nazi in English because I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't the likable kid. So what ended up
Gotcha.
happening was I hyper focused on school to keep my mind off of everything around me, and I ended up being smarter than what was necessary. You know, you know
Gotcha.
how like like how Kevin Samuel said, "Oh yeah, you might be good in them books, but you don't know how to have a regular conversation."
Right.
Bruce Wayne smart.
Yeah, yeah, it was just like unnecessarily smart in certain topics, not everything, but in certain topics.
That's a good.
Gotcha.
It's a good chip on your shoulder to have. Honestly, no one can really debate knowledge with you because you mastered it.
Yeah, I
So
try to I try to
Yeah,
avoid
that
using my problem solving because problem solving doesn't work in everything because
that's
you can
really
assume certain things.
that's really disappointing to hear, brother. That you feel like at the end of the day, like your intelligence is something that you need to suppress. That's really disappointing.
Well, you got to remember, I'm a Black American, and
Don't matter where you're from, bro. It's where you at.
truth,
True.
like
True. True point. True point.
I look, I know there's some Black Americans in the audience, and our brothers. Yeah, I know y'all understand exactly where I'm coming from when I say we have an issue in the community, a serious issue. Like when I got
All
fluent
right.
in Spanish, I started talking to only Latinos at one point.
All
Oh,
right. All
what?
right. So, since I'm Afro Latino, I'm Johnny Appleseed. What is how should I say the problem within the African American or ADOS or FBA? Because you're going by a lot of names right now. I'm going to
Yeah,
be
it's
honest.
way too it's way too much going on. ADOS, FBA, Hebrew Israelites, Nation of Islam, um,
Right.
we the Indians. I swear to God, there's way too
the
much going
Hebrew
on, man.
nation, the Almighty People's Nation. There's so many
Yeah,
black groups that we still haven't
yeah,
centered ourselves to be one yet.
yeah.
I mean,
The scary
I
part,
mean, it's
it's
funny because John, you could resonate with this with me. There's there's a subsect of certain African Americans that call themselves, I forgot what it's
mm,
called, but they feel that okay, since we're the original, this is what they say. They
mm,
think that they're the original Americans, so therefore they have the right to go and squat into people's homes. And then
yeah,
they get arrested, and such. So I'm like, okay, so what makes you think this is my thing, right?
yeah,
People could have their philosophies and people could actually have respectful debating, right?
yeah,
But my thing is that what philosophy will actually tell a person, yes, we're natives of this land and stuff, and then you have the right to go and squat in a home that you never paid dues for. That's one that, or you didn't go through the right
yeah.
process into actually procuring a home.
One of the
So,
biggest issues, yeah, go ahead. But, yeah,
That's
a lot of the
politics.
issues that I see really come from this romanticization of street culture.
all right, please explain.
It That is a huge problem. Like one of the worst things I think that ever happened to the black community was the Chicago gang culture. No, ADOS and
All right,
FBA are not. ADOS and FBA are not the same thing. One is basically headed by one that one
Tariq Nasheed.
lesbian lady. Yeah, and the other is led by I don't know her name. I don't really know her name like that.
All right, you took.
But
Okay, so Are you talking about Black Lives Matter? Because I heard that it was by a lesbian lady, and his original goals was to actually try to discensure to to take away of the
The
nuclear
nuclear
family
family.
structure within
Yeah,
black families. That's what I heard.
I heard the original founder of Black Lives Matter was
a white woman. A white woman.
some white dude that's a 32 level Mason, Jewish, and wanted to make a party that he know would come back and make some type of call to liberty. He
Yeah.
wanted to see a movement happen, so he decided to sponsor it, or he decided to, fund it, and then let
But
Well,
let's let
that's what happens every time. Look at Muhammad Ali when he
yeah.
was in certain fights. Ain't it crazy how when the
Start killing
world
his
started to
people.
hate, when everybody started to hate Muhammad Ali, who supported him? Is it crazy that Nike supported him?
I find it kind of interesting that
They made money off of that. They made money off of a
well,
social issue.
I find it kind of interesting that um we do we have a problem being backed by white people or some shit? I mean,
It's in
like,
America, yeah. It's different. UK is
so
UK. I don't know how
so
UK
so
is. In America,
so
it's different.
yeah. So
To be fair,
I would like to ask. I would like to ask for the UK, right? Because I know that there's a lot of different cultural norms when it comes to the US and it comes to the UK. Now in the UK, I know that I guess because I've read up like around like in the 1960s and 1970s,
All of it runs to
people
UK,
who
man.
are of West Indian origin and such that they actually came to like to the UK neighborhoods and such. Some of them actually suffered discrimination by I guess the authorities in England. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've read. Maybe
yeah,
Simon, you might be well versed in this topic.
I'll give an example, right? Like I suffer discrimination every day, like today, like tomorrow, yesterday. Like if I walk down the road with a white woman, I'm gonna get punched in the face. That's what's gonna
wait,
happen. I walk
Wow.
like
whoa, hold on. That's an actual thing.
yeah,
Get closer to the mic, bro. Can't hear you.
um look, bro. I got three children. One of them is Italian, one's from Mauritius, and the other one's from Africa. Now, when I was walking down the road with my first baby mother. We walked past this pub and she started having an argument with me. Like she was just like we was just going back and forth. We weren't a big deal, like to us. But this dude came out of the pub and he was like, "Why you talking to my sister like that?" And he punched me in my face. And I was like, I had to think about the repercussions because I know if the police are showing up and I deck this nigga,
Did you
I'm
warrant
gonna be
that?
in jail, not him. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be in jail.
Did you do anything to warrant that reaction?
He said that he was arguing with his first baby mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a regular argument. Okay, I can see how that would happen because like it's a natural reflex. Like here in the U.S., if you're on the train, like in Chicago, if you're on the train and you're arguing with your girlfriend or your woman or something or your wife, if you seem to be too aggressive, you might get jumped by random people.
Hmm.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that you don't know any of them. They might jump you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Especially in New York.
that is a fact. Also,
Yeah.
um, one thing that I'm seeing right now, maybe Johnny, now we're gonna go back into the martial arts. Now, I know that like during like maybe the late 1960s and early 1970s. there was a lot of African Americans that was
Mhm.
actually taking up the martial arts, whether it be
Yeah,
New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. I do
yeah,
not know the knowledge about down south or anything like that,
yeah,
but I do know that like you have legends like Lee Van Cleef.
yeah.
Mm.
I know martial arts became a big thing in the Black American community when Bruce Lee was a big thing. Even my grandfather, I had the entire collection of every single Bruce Lee movie that ever came out. You know, and
Do
then
you guys do you guys know anything about Wing Chun?
yeah,
Yeah, Wing Chun is a form of kung fu, basically.
Mm. I spent quite a lot of time just being in the basement with men doing Wing Chun, and the discipline was kind of different. It wasn't sort of like a thing of an attack, which most people think like when we start talking about karate or kung fu, like it's supposed to be an attack thing. Like that's not how it's supposed to be taught. It's a discipline.
All right.
and
All right. So the thing is this that once my question like remember when we were talking like I guess it was a week or 2 weeks ago, right, Simon? That we
Yeah.
that we were talking about I guess how you know the culture in the UK the and the martial artists and everything.
Mm.
Now the guy that I've seen, I don't know if you know him. I guess he's like a bald headed Vietnamese guy, right?
Okay.
So this guy, he actually had. This is from my, maybe it's my ignorance because I don't because you know I never been to the UK, but the guy is actually based out of the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and there's actually two guys. There's a guy who's from Vietnam and he's bald, and he's talking about and he's actually showing like instruction on how to do Wing Chun. Now
Mm-hmm.
there was a light skinned black guy that I guess he's actually from Britain. I don't know what his ethnic background is or whatever. But I do
Right.
know that he's a light skinned black guy and he actually talking about the applications due to Kung Fu and other
Mm-hmm.
self defense attributes when like say if you get into a fight and what not to do in the fight whatsoever. So
Right.
I have seen those channels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I watch a lot of channels and stuff. Um, but it for me it was more of a thing like having a real experience. So like um learning like to like be amongst real men in a basement when they're sort of like putting up exercises like trying to understand what our force is, how we can react to people without being obnoxious and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? It's just like just our daily defense. Without like being rude or anything. Do you get what I'm saying? That meant a lot to me. And the funny thing was is
So
I pulled up my bike,
Yeah,
right?
I'm here.
Pete.
My
I'm
bike
here.
got stolen outside the gym.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I thought I was lagging for a minute.
They were testing me on that
how many
level. Like
how,
they took my bike.
how,
I was
how,
just like, God
how many
damn.
people we got in the chat? How many people we got in the chat?
Well, it looks like that we got Irby, we got Gigi. We had my friend Westies around here, and you know he's from Northern
Oh,
Ireland. That's a good friend of mine that I've actually met in another chat room. So shout out
mhm.
to Westies.
Yeah, I feel like your specific channel attracts based on what you post about most of the time. You attract more Latinos, and yes, they tune in to listen, but they leave when they see that you're only speaking English.
I
Because
mean,
I feel like most of them speak Spanish.
it depends because it's like okay, like some of like most of the people that I have like on the chat room was like not really Latino. They'll be like, okay, for example, we have Golden Goddess, um, we have Irby, and it was like maybe a month or 2 months ago. I had a friend from I actually had a friend from Australia. So it's actually a different mix of people that actually be coming on sometimes.
And expecting to get bigger and bigger, man. Every day's a blessing.
Exactly. So this is my thing. Now during like the 1960s and 70s, we there was like an explosion of of martial arts teachers and everything like that. Now this is my thing. I have a question, and I was debating with my cousin, right? Now my cousin is a professional oral surgeon and everything like that, so I guess he watched a lot of UFC.
Mhm.
So he was telling me that a lot of these UFC fighters would be able to go and beat up Bruce Lee. But
They're not wrong.
I'm like,
He's not wrong.
all right, but
Realistically,
yet,
re- yeah, realistically, yes, Bruce Lee is phenomenal. Hand game is vicious. He like he like in Cook County Jail in Chicago, the Cook County Jail. He like one of the short dudes who running a unit. Everybody look at him like, how the hell is he running a unit? Oh, he may not be as big as everybody else, but he fast and his hand game good. His technique is good. That is 100% true. That is 100% true. But when you actually get a big dude that got the same hands as him, who you think finna win? Bruce Lee was like what, 180, maybe 200. Get him a 300-pound, no fat, all muscle. One of them dudes would knock him out clean, bro.
mm, I'll beg to differ, and
Yeah,
I'll
I don't believe that at all.
and I'll tell you why, Johnny. Number one. Even though my cousin said that, as far as fighting might be concerned, that might happen,
Yeah.
you have to remember one thing which a lot of people don't know, that if you actually look at the teaching of Bruce Lee, I mean,
Yeah.
think about probably before anything, right? I mean, in the
Yeah.
United States or anything like that. You might have had certain people that might have known how to use the nunchucks. I'm talking about like in the 1950s and 60s, right? But when Enter the Dragon came out, he actually popularized using the nunchucks. Now,
Yeah.
I know for a fact that the nunchucks is like
It's not a
okay,
Chinese thing. It's a Filipino thing.
it is, but it's not. I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. The if you actually look uh, at this movie called Crouching Tiger,
I,
Hidden Dragon, right?
look, I'm gonna let you know. I've seen all the Bruce Lee movies. All of them. Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, The Big Boss. All of them you can think. If you can think of it right now, I've seen it. Just so you know, the
Me
one with
too.
Akeem Abdul-Jabbar. I told you, my
Exactly.
granddaddy
The
had
Game
the
of
whole
Death.
collection. Yeah. When he had the yellow tracksuit on. Yeah.
Yep. Nah, but the thing is, though, what I'm trying to say is this, though, Johnny.
Let me pause you
Now,
for
if
2 seconds, though. Hold on, Armando. Let me pause you for 2 seconds. Two
all right,
seconds.
Yeah.
okay,
Hey.
It's called nunchakus, and nunchaku is a Japanese word.
right,
So the nunchakus they weren't originated, meaning that was their birthplace, but the first place they were seen was in Okinawa. And
all
yes,
right.
the nunchakus do translate to Kali as far as Arnis and Eskrima to FMA, what Johnny was saying. But you got to remember that that whole area is Asia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
So
Filipinos are way more well versed.
Well, the Philippines were conquered by Spain, so they have a lot of that
True.
Spanish intellect. They were given a lot
Yeah.
of stuff, but the natives to the land, those are the people you don't want to get in a stick fight with.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
I'm just
They
saying.
learn how to use knives before they even learn how to use hands.
Not me, not. And you
Right.
want to know something which is funny? I was watching Fight Science back in the day. They were saying that that the whole population of Manila alone, you'll have like maybe 10,000 stick fighters. I was like, damn.
And I believe they use one of the main things they went are butterfly. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Butterfly butterfly knives in the Philippines.
They use butterfly machetes.
Yo,
Wow.
what? How did? Whoa, whoa.
It's like a butterfly knife, but it's a machete. But it's a big casing. It's a butterfly machete. And as far as
Yeah.
Okay.
the Bruce Lee stuff, Michael Jai White versus Bruce Lee, people. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-mm.
I need to see that
Mm,
happen, and then we could talk about MMA trying to fight Mr. Jeet Kune Do, because Bruce Lee and his Jeet Kune Do, the art of the intercepting fist, that's not playing, but it has
Wow.
a mix of everything
hold
that he's
on.
learned in between the
Pause.
Wing
Pause.
Chun,
Yeah,
Pause.
that's the
karate,
point that I was
Pause.
trying to. That's
bullfighting,
the point I was
Bruce
trying
Lee
to
had a
say.
fight with a dude. Bruce
fencing,
Lee had a fight with a
ballet.
dude. He had a fight with a dude, and I think the dude was using Shaolin long fist. I remember reading this. He was using Shaolin
One
long
Jack
fist.
Man.
He
One jump,
gave
yeah,
that was his name. That was his
yeah,
name.
yep.
Gave him the
Yep.
fight of his life. Gave him the fight of his life.
It's because Bruce Lee wasn't invincible. You know what I'm saying? It's just that
Yeah.
he was a man that never stopped training. Once you've mastered something and you have a common flow, doesn't matter what anybody else comes with. You just don't let them apply their flow. You intercept their flow. That was his whole philosophy. Of
Damn.
course, he was a great
Yeah.
fighter. You couldn't hit him. By the time you tried to hit him, he already hit you.
Damn. I mean, it's to the point, right? That when you actually did, a lot of people when they talk about movies and all that stuff, it
Mm,
was even to the point that Bruce Lee was so fast that the cameras at the time couldn't even
I remember
get his
that. I remember
movements.
that.
Mm.
He had to slow down. Yep, I
Hence the
remember that.
glow. The glow
Yeah.
when his hands were disappearing. They're like, yo, what the heck?
Mhm.
Now I still believe I believe Bruce Lee himself. What he said. He said it doesn't matter what fighting style you use. It matters how good you are with your fighting style. So
A
like that's
hundred
why
percent.
that dude that was using that Shaolin long fist, while Bruce Lee was using his Jeet Kune Do with all his years of knowledge and experience, that one dude who used that one fighting style used his style so good he was able to get the advantage.
I'm gonna give you a simple mathematical equation. What does a black belt with 10,000 hours being a black belt have over a black belt that just has 10 hours of being a black belt? 10,000 minus 10. He has all of that leveled up over that man.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. At the end of the day, listen, we had an episode where we were talking about the McDojos.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
was saying, even if you're at a McDojo, after practicing there for 20 years, you're going to have mastered something, even if it's garbage. If you bread and butter a technique that doesn't work for anything, but you made it work and it's your common flow, it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
But that's just going to be it, though. You're going to be limited to a certain thing.
I need to
Right.
go grab.
That's
I need to
total
go.
sense. That is total sense.
Necesito algo que fumar.
But I gotta go, Don, and salute to your
You
panel.
know, it was nice that you came, Simon.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna pay more
Yeah.
attention. And Johnny, how old are you, by the
I'm
way? You
officially
20s or
I'm
30s?
30. I'm officially 30. I'm officially 30 as of December.
All right, that's what's up.
Blessings, Johnny.
I
Blessings.
remember I remember when I was 30.
Yeah, your son.
Man, I
I
still get
was
You're the next.
mistaken for like
I was 30 12 years ago. I still look
You're
like
the
I'm
next.
30.
You're the next
yo.
Yeah, I
son.
know, right?
I'm 42 years old.
Hey, it gets me
I'm
like
42 years old, beloved. I'm 42 years
Yo,
old. Hey, I don't
Yo,
look no 42 nowhere.
You over there making black look good right now, man. You're making black
I ain't
look
no
good.
42 nowhere, bro.
Johnny,
I walk
gotcha.
around. I walk around all day like this with my sticks.
bro,
Like,
Hey,
you got a
like what's
different
going
level of
on over
Yeah,
here?
responsibility. Johnny, you
that's
got a
what's
different
up.
level of responsibility. Do you understand that?
Right.
You know,
Drew,
you know all about.
I literally I attract women between 18 and 24, and it's confusing
I
the
just
shit
need
out
to
of me.
send this thing
Bro,
right now.
It's
bro, no,
confusing.
I'm not talking about your
Bro.
I
ladies.
just
Like,
saved the
No,
show right now.
no, I'm no,
that ain't
I'm
nothing.
realizing. I realized. Remember back in the day when all the girls was always trying to holler at the older dudes? I'm
Why
the
you talking
older
about
Yeah.
me?
dude now.
I'm talking about you, bro.
Yo,
I'm the older
yo,
dude now,
Dad.
bro.
Dad. Yo, you're
Yo, it's
talking
driving me
about that,
crazy.
right? Me, and my homie up in Florida was just talking about that.
These
Like,
girls are
Yo,
driving crazy. Like, get your head out of that shit, bro. For
no,
real.
one of them, she was 18.
Of
She ended
course.
up
No,
telling me.
wow.
you're
She
good
ended up
then.
telling me.
No. I
She
don't want to
told
hear
me,
that shit. I'm telling you.
yo, I got hella
Before
stories right now, bro.
It's
the
I
about
got
girls,
hella.
martial arts
man.
right now, bro.
Stop,
Oh, martial arts.
focus on yourself.
Let's keep it us.
I hear you. But
Let's keep it
Yeah,
rated us.
but
yeah,
the thing is this though. Like
Rated us for all dojos.
like aside from the females, right?
yeah.
I've even had people, whenever I say my age, they're like, "Hold up, you're 41." I was like,
I'm
"Yeah,
42, but let's like I said, let's keep it us rated us for all dojos.
Yeah,
oh
when
yeah,
you
of
pull
course."
up,
Now
I got one of my
now
students here with
talking.
me. He's laughing. He's laughing at me. He's like, rated us for all dojos? Come on, senpai. I'm like, it is what it is, bro.
when you pulled up, Don, it was like
But
driving
talking
me
about the
crazy.
martial arts though, you got martial artists, so
You got more
therefore they've been
artists,
doing
Don.
martial arts
You're
that
lagging,
long
bro.
that
You're
I think
lagging, bro. You gotta
you're lagging.
start
Yeah,
over. Start that sentence over. You was lagging like crazy.
yeah, yeah. Hey,
all
and
right.
let me know how long are you finna do this one live? Are you finna do this one like 2 or 3 hours?
Now I might close like around 9:30 because I have to go to
Are we
work
an hour?
tomorrow and everything, or I might
Are
just
we an
close at
hour
10.
difference?
So therefore,
Cause it's
Yo,
eight
Don,
o'clock over here.
depending on my lady, if she's
It's
like
8:18
Poppy
p.m.
or like, so you know
Yeah,
that.
Eight eighteen p.m.
But
Eastern.
other than
yo,
that,
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go. But Don, get Johnny, man.
because
He's in the
I've seen masters that actually look that they're like maybe 50 to 85 years old and they don't look it. So I think that them doing the martial arts so far and everything like that with no drugs or nothing like that actually help preserve them. But that's just me though.
Yeah,
What's your
it's discipline.
and you're correct. You're correct. Yo, peace, Johnny,
yeah.
man. You're one of the most honest people I've met in a good while. And keep it up, bro.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you right now, I don't garner a lot of love being like this. I do not garner a lot of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Peace, Johnny. Salute to Don
Peace.
yeah,
and
Senpai Pete.
Simpo's crazy, but I'm just saying. Right, I'll go.
I'm
You
just look.
know,
This is my
All right.
second beer. This is my second beer.
All
I'm
right.
I'm
All
about
right.
to
So
I'm gonna stay online as far as much as I can, but I'm about to
all
walk my
right.
student to the train and swipe him on the train real quick. And
All right.
but I'm still
Got
on.
you.
So even if I log out, I'm gonna be right in like as soon as the internet kicks, like bam.
Got you.
So I shouldn't. I'm only expecting to lose connection when I get on the elevator, maybe.
All right.
Yeah,
But that's basically it. I'm gonna be on. We're live. It doesn't matter if I'm walking. The studio can walk.
I'm
Right.
actually. I'm not turning my phone off. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go get some cigarettes. I need to quit smoking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So All right. So John,
Yeah.
aside from you being intelligent and everything like that,
Mhm.
have you ever wanted to take the martial arts,
or have you taken the martial arts in the past?
Yeah, I have. It was Shuri Ryu karate right there. Actually, down the street from here. Actually, down the street from here. I was young. I was still in school.
You in Chicago?
No, no, I was in Fort Wayne. In Fort Wayne. In Chicago. They didn't even really let me leave the house like that.
Shirin Ryu is no joke, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
it was
there's five
the dude.
lethal
I
karate
think it's
systems.
T. Yeah.
Listen, there is five lethal karate systems. When I mean lethal, I mean Dinmok, touch of death. Like one punch, it's like your heart goes.
I know that one. I know
All right.
that one.
You have the first most lethal, Ishin Ryu.
Mhm.
All right.
Shinobi Ryu.
Wow.
Um, the one he said is in third place.
Sure.
Shuri Ryu.
Shurin Ryu. The
Yeah.
fourth
All
one,
right.
is the first system that Masaoyama created, which is called the Oyama system.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
so so. All
And then
right.
the fifth one, which is the father system of my system, is just the Kyokushin system. Right? Kyokushin birthed Seido karate. Right? And I'm a black belt first in Seido, and I got promoted to black belt in Kyokushin via the fact that they gave me the black belt syllabus test and I passed it with flying colors. Go figure.
I'm
All
actually gonna
right.
keep my camera on for this because I'm actually on the south side and I have not lived over here in like 5 years. And boy, these young boys is crazy now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I'm 30 now. I'm officially 30. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. I realize in my I'm a 90s baby. My generation, we never attacked innocent people like that. We didn't harass innocent people. These little dudes was gonna kill me the other night.
Wow. Over what?
I had just got to the crib from the bar. I was with my homegirl and her sister. Her sister don't fuck. No cussing. Her sister don't like me. But
All right.
these little dudes was right here, right in the back of this gas station. Back of this gas station right here. They was right in the back right there. I'm standing outside smoking a black and mine. Little dude, he just for some reason walk up to me. Hey, you good, big homie? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. What's wrong? What you mean? Am I good? Little dudes is crazy out here.
Nah, it's like I don't know. Here in Philly, it's kind of like the same thing, but me. I could say that I've had a system of protecting myself for a while now, and I basically follow that system, meaning that I don't really go out unless it's with my own spouse. And if I do hang out, the only place I could say I could hang out at will be like with my friends in New York because I'll be listening to the news and everything, and a lot of stuff will be happening. So I just praise the Most High that I'm safe because it's active out here in Philly too. I know New York is, but Philly too is a whole new animal.
It's different. You
Yeah,
want
man.
hot chocolate?
Bro, it is something like you gotta remember, bro, this is not a major city. This is in no way, shape, or form a major city. What happens out here is people from the major cities move here because they feel like it's cheaper or like everything that happened during the George Floyd protest, they destroyed their cities.
Mommy's
There's uh
sleeping.
there's
Cut the noise.
there's a lot of food deserts. So a lot of people move here because it's easier to live here. It's way easier to live here. But
It's crazy over there, bro. My family
yeah,
lived in Chicago at one point, and they
yeah,
moved to New York after that.
yeah.
'Cause
Oh, you from Chicago?
I mean, my history is a little around because I'm a war baby. Like I'm four types of nationalities in one.
Yeah.
But I have family from Chicago. You know, as far as like your origination, the Almighty Latin people's nation, and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Got you.
So I know a
Oh,
lot
you
about
know
like
them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, that ain't no regular stuff.
Chicago
That's gang culture.
hood,
That's gangster.
street.
Right. I mean, if you actually look at it, right, like me and Pete, we kind of like have the same history, but different places because I grew up down south as a kid, but then went back to New York, grew up in
Yeah.
Dominican. I was raised in Dominican Republic for 2 years with my aunt, but then I lost my Spanish. Then I regained my Spanish. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I'm born in New York. The first time I went to
Hmm.
DR, I was 5 years old. I was there for a year. I lost my English,
Okay.
learned slightly a little bit of Spanish, came back to New
What?
York, and I couldn't speak English to nobody. My kindergarten teacher was
Yo.
making fun of me. Oh, you don't speak English anymore? Yo, it was wild, man. And then I forgot Spanish, but I could understand it. And then I
You
was
can
just
still
talking
understand.
English, and that's it. I understand it now, obviously, but
And so,
I went back to the island, and
entonces,
I was there for 3 years again, and then I left, and then I was back again for 8 more years. So I got history in DR.
entonces,
That's the beauty
entonces,
of it.
entonces todavía puedes entender el español.
Mi hermano, el
See.
español mío a nivel de universidad. It's very different. My English and my Spanish are two different things.
Okay.
Let me turn
Yeah,
this
Okay.
I
cap
Okay.
on.
know.
I'm outside. This is New York.
Yeah.
This is New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cuando
yeah,
yo
ya
hablo
tú
en
sabes.
español, ¿tú crees que tú estás hablando con un profesor de español? University
Tienes
Spanish is
razón.
very different. You know what I'm
Tienes
saying?
razón. Tienes razón. Pero
You
tú
know,
sabes que yo aprendí español por mi cuenta. Solamente conmigo
chilling with
mismo.
the right people. That's it. You chill
Exactamente.
Exactly.
with the
Por ahí,
right homies
yo,
and you're going to learn the right thing.
Yep.
yo estaba con mexicanos que ellos hablan, ellos tienen otro acento. So I know, like, me speaking, like, I'm gonna say a lot of words that y'all not gonna understand, and y'all speaking, y'all might say it really fast, and I'm not gonna understand nothing. Go.
Gotcha.
You know what it is, though? When it comes to languages, um, it's not competition. Languages is
Yeah,
words meant for understanding, right?
yeah,
So when I see
Hmm.
people talk fast and I don't understand them and I tell them to slow down, because I don't know every language in the world. Saying at
yeah.
one point I knew Japanese, I was fluent. At one point I knew Italian, I was fluent. At one point I knew French, I was fluent. I got none but A
Wow.
pluses and I got none but A
Wow,
plus in French all day. Now I can't speak French for the likes of me.
wow.
I mean,
So all I speak
I
now is
mean,
That's
with
English and
me,
Spanish.
crazy.
I don't even remember
That's
Japanese that
crazy.
well. And I watch anime like crazy. I watch
yeah,
That's
it's
anime
like
like
with me.
crazy, and I don't.
Wait.
Yeah,
Man, it's
You
crazy.
spoke Japanese? You know they say
Yeah,
Japanese
at
is
one
one of the
point.
hardest languages, bro. You spoke, bro. That's crazy.
I mean, I started karate when I was 5. You know, my sensei
Yeah.
was like my stepdad, except that he never touched my mom. Amen. You know what
Hey.
I'm saying?
Woo. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep right there.
What's good, my brother? Yo, this is one of my day ones right here. Yeah, you know that.
What's
I'm
yeah,
doing
good?
a martial arts
Shout out to
show
New York.
was
live on YouTube.
good.
Shout out to New York.
Love you too, man.
Yeah,
We'll take you to the train. That's one of my
Shout out
day
to New
ones,
York
bro.
for Fort Wayne.
I've known him since I was like 5 years old.
that's what's up. That that's
I lost.
that's a, that's a
Oh,
beautiful
bless me.
friendship right there.
Open this train. Hell
I
yeah,
love
that's
that this is
beautiful right
live
there.
and I can just show where we at. We in the train.
Yep.
About to say bye to one of my students.
Yeah.
All right. This is live. The difference between live shows and pre-recorded
Hmm.
shows, they edit
It's
all this
real.
stuff. You never
Yeah,
get
this
all the
real.
real content. You catching a real man
Exactly.
running up the stairs right now like nothing. Now I'm about to hit
Hey,
the supermarket and get something to cook for my family. Like
I'm
it's
That's
finna
what's
really
send.
up.
real out here.
I'm finna I'm finna share this link, and I'm finna tell some more people to join.
Yeah.
Get us some more viewers real quick. Hey, so all them times, I know I've been gone for a while. All them times when I was joining, bro, I was dropping a link in my Discord, all my
Yep.
groups, my
Yep.
Facebook, my
Hmm.
Instagram, bro. I'm trying to get more viewers, bro, because like we be talking about real stuff, and back then we was talking about that particular topic,
Yeah. I mean,
and
if you actually
yeah,
look at it, right?
yeah,
And it's not a secret. I got like last year I got doxxed by some idiot. I'm not gonna go
yeah,
around and mention. I'm not gonna go and mention the idiot because the idiot will love to go around and try to send hit the idiot's tactic, right? Well, he will
yeah.
try to go and send a restraining order, and then we'll try to do all
He
this
he
other
he he
stuff.
he sent the restraining order, but he doxed you.
No, but he went up and did that to other people, and he actually calls TPS on another content creator also.
Hey,
So
now watch this. Watch this. Send it to me in a private chat. Tell me who he is. I'm gonna tell him dox me and see if anybody even come. I'm gonna put the address. I'm gonna be in Chicago when it happens too. I'm gonna be in my old
all right,
First
hood
of
too.
all, I want to
Come to
void
where
that
I'm
right
at.
now.
Come to where I'm
I
at.
all
want
right,
to put a void to that real quick because honestly,
all
you can't you can't turf test Chicago. Chicago's not the place for that. Chicago will mow you down. You know,
Yeah,
New
yeah, they
yeah,
York
will.
is like
Yeah, they
that.
will. My hood
New
is.
yeah,
Hey,
York,
they real,
New
bro.
York is a little different. New York, you could test the hood. In Philly, you could test the hood. In Chicago, you can't test no hood, bro. In Chicago,
You
they
can't
will
do
mow you down. They will mow
that.
you
Hey,
down. They're not playing that. The respect of their hood
hey,
to them is like the respect to God.
exactly.
bro. Bro,
Like for real.
I brought my best friend out there before he died. God rest his soul. God rest his soul.
Yeah,
I brought him out there. Some dudes tried him. I walked over to hey, that's my little brother right there. Oh, bro, we ain't know, because my cousin one of the gang members.
shut.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
my cousin one of the gang members out there. They're like, that's your little brother. Oh, we good. Hey, he good, bro. Man, come
Yeah,
on, bro. Hey,
for real.
come smoke, chill with us.
If you don't have a
right,
godfather in Chicago, and godfather doesn't have to be somebody that, brought you into nothing. But if you don't
Yeah,
have someone that the street vouches
the,
for to vouch for you,
yeah,
you're as good as
yeah.
toast. Ding, you're
yeah,
as good as toast.
Hey, I'm gonna
exactly.
tell you right now. If y'all listen to rap music, hey,
It's
look,
real. It's
my
real.
my little brother, my little brother was really out there in Inglewood. Where Lil Durk, Chief Keef, all of all your favorite rappers, all of them is from over there.
Right.
All of them.
They're either
We,
peoples or
and
folks, bro. That's what it is.
people don't know. People don't know that neighborhood that everybody's so scared of. It's literally a school right there. It's an elementary school. Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
It's an elementary school, bro. On 66th Street, bro. Right there by King Drive, bro.
Wow. Now I never been. Now it's like this. I never been to Chicago, but I know that my sister have several times. From the pictures that I've seen from my sister's place and everything like that, they look great.
Yeah, yeah. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Um, the
The
parts
problem
where
is
it
not the
looks bad,
scenery. The problem's not the scenery. The problem's the community.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Say,
yep.
I've been to Chicago, bro. I've seen beef
Beautiful,
from one block to another, literally across the street. Like you can't get out your house because from across the street they're gonna shoot you. Literally
bro.
from
People
across the
don't
Yeah, I
know.
street.
know. Yeah, I've heard this.
Six, six, 64th and King Drive, where all of them stay in O Block. Everybody talks about all the time.
Yeah,
That's 64th Street. The dudes that everybody see beefing on the internet. and on YouTube and in the rap videos and stuff, they literally live on the next block. Literally on the next block, bro.
Well, all right. So this, all right. So Johnny, since you and Pete are Chicago historians, right?
Yeah.
I could say this. All right. So Pete,
Yeah.
when you went to Chicago, right? Like, do they have people in Chicago, who are actually, within the system, or is it a different martial arts system altogether out there in Chicago?
Um, that's the thing, because people that came to the state from Japan with martial arts systems, they could have been from the same school, but that doesn't mean that when they land here, they're still affiliated. Let's say, like with the mother school in New York or the mother school in Philadelphia, they might not even know each other. They might only know each other if they bump into each other. Oh, you're from this school. I studied at that school, and now there's a connection. Now automatically both dojos become sister dojos.
Oh, okay.
But it's all about communication, brother. If there's a lack of communication, there's going to be a lack of knowledge.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Giorgio.
I love this temporary convo about Chicago. That should get us some more views right there. That should definitely get us some more views.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was funny, right? When I was like maybe 17 or 18, right?
Mhm.
I've heard like when it's come for the martial arts and everything like that. I
Mhm.
heard that there was several schools of the martial arts in Chicago. So
Yeah.
I've
Um.
heard that aspect, but this is
Yeah.
like when I was 18 or 19, when I was really into the martial arts. I used
Yeah.
to read the Kung Fu magazines. I used to read Black Belt.
That's 100% true. That's 100% true. And one of the things that made the popularity skyrocket is because the gang culture was so popular at the time, right?
Right,
One of the all the one of the I believe he was one of the board of directors of the GDs. He knew martial arts. Governor
wow,
Albedale, Governor
wow.
Albedale. And yes, he was called governor. He was called governor of a gang. Yes.
that was his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Governor
yeah.
He
Albedale.
earned that title.
Like I said, I know people. It's like this. I have a friend, right? I'm not gonna go
Mhm.
put his name out because there might be certain stuff that might happen behind that. So therefore, I'm just gonna say this. I
Yeah.
have a friend, right? And he is that. So,
Yeah.
but the thing is though, which is so weird, right? He is
Mhm.
that, right? But then like the rest of his but then he got like a lot of family members who is what Pete is. Yeah. So
Bro, millennial mulatto Georgia. Um,
yeah.
I know better, bro. I know real dudes, bro. I know better. It's some of I'm in Indiana right now. They
All
out here
right.
too. They is out here too.
All right,
It's
but
real.
all right, but are you in Gary?
No, I'm in Fort Wayne.
All right, yeah, because Georgia, he actually visited the south side of Chicago, and he went to Gary, Indiana, where Michael Jackson's from.
Yeah. My grandfather lived on the same street as Michael Jackson, and I know everybody loves Michael Jackson. My grandfather, he loves his music. He hated living down the street from them because it is a
That's
100% fact that Joe had them practicing every day, and it's
Wow.
kind of annoying. It's annoying listening to the same songs every single day. When you get off work, you go to work. My granddaddy worked the same steel mill, that old steel mill that's out there in
Right.
Gary.
Yeah.
It's been closed for a lot of years, but
All right.
okay.
they're actually going to open it back up. And if you are a carpenter, anybody in the comment section, if you are a carpenter, they are hiring. They are hiring,
Oh wow, that's
and
good
the
to
pay
know.
is good. the pay is good.
That is good. That is good to know.
Mm, yep, my cousin and I'm out there right now. He looking for
But
another
where you
job.
gonna
There's
move
not a
to?
lot in
Because it's
Gary.
bad out there. But
That's
where
what
you
I'm
gonna
saying.
move to?
Yeah,
It's bad out there.
it is. It is. And it's because of Chicago. It's because of Chicago. All them
Yeah,
dudes keep moving out there. Like, just keep moving out there, tearing up the city.
that's wild. I'm still at the supermarket, y'all. Give me a about to. I'm about to be out of here in like 5 minutes.
You good player? We still rocking with you.
I feel you.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Gary,
I'm sorry.
Chicago.
I don't like gossip.
What's up?
I think Simon said
Yeah,
something earlier about that he was in a basement practicing Wing Chun with some of his friends or something.
Yeah.
I heard him say that, but I don't know if he was trying to validate himself by saying that. Let's say you can train
No, I guess
anywhere, but you
no,
can
I
train
guess he was
anywhere, but
talking.
you're talking to somebody with more than 20,000 hours at a dojo compared to someone that just, has been doing maybe 100 hours inside a basement. I'm like, yo, why is he second guessing everything I'm saying? I don't appreciate that.
The thing is this. I guess as he was second guessing and stuff. I guess it's I guess it's the cultural norm because it's whatever. But then the thing is though, you have certain people who are skeptics, and then you have certain people who they just say what it is. Like for example, everybody is skeptical, right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes you can make that person a believer or something like that. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not saying like in everything, but I'm saying in certain things. For example, me, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like when I say something, and I've been and people they're skeptical when I say one thing, right? That I'm Dominican. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're not," and then they're skeptical and everything like that. They're like, "Yeah," and the way that I speak Spanish is, I admit it, I speak it better than I did like maybe 20 years ago, but
yeah,
still ungrammatical.
yeah.
So you have certain people that be like, "Oh yeah, he's faking." When the fact is,
Can I
when you
pause you
actually
for a
look down
second,
my
bro?
line,
Can I pause you for
Mm,
a second, bro?
yeah,
Just because you speak a language choppy doesn't mean you're uneducated. So whenever
thank you.
whenever whenever anybody tries to put you down because your Spanish is choppy, you remind them that you're from San Pedro Macorís, which is the place, the home birthplace of mad baseball people. You remind them
hey,
Yep,
that.
and I told him
yo,
that.
hey, yo, at my job the other day, I literally said, hey, I was cracking jokes and stuff. I, yeah, because we have a lot of a lot of Mexicans in Central America. I'm like,
Right.
they're like, so where are you from? You speak Spanish so good. I'm like, to be fair, I studied for a long. I'm 8 years in. I'm 8 years in. I studied for a long time.
Yeah,
So the
the thing is though, Giorgio, which is funny, right? Like the debacle, even though it's a debacle, right? Now I'm just gonna go around and tell Pete what it is. You have a certain sector of Hispanics that calls
yeah,
themselves the Hispanistas, right?
yep,
So
I know them.
so the Hispanistas, right?
Yeah,
They reject knowledge, meaning that of the knowledge that it is, right? You have people who are in Latin America, not all populations, but some. Now, the Caribbean Latinos, right, which is Dominicans, Ricans, and Cubans, right? We have people
hmm
who are mixed. We have people who are just one race, and you have people who are in between, right?
yeah,
So the thing is, though, with what's going on between Dominican Republic and Haiti, you have certain people who will try to who now they call themselves Hispanistas. Hey, we're just
you getting
we're
deep.
just Indian and Spanish. But I'm like, hold
You
up.
You getting
Now,
deep with it.
now you forgot the You're gonna go around and try to wipe out the African influences within the Latino culture. So you're
Okay.
really gonna go around and say that, and then you have a whole bunch of people
Mm.
that that they might be educated on paper, but yet they're actually pushing this thing, and they want to tell people, oh, vote Republican and everything like that. And then some of them, just like George is saying, that there's plenty who actually incorporating neo-Nazi ideology within the culture. So that's right there. That when they see somebody who's saying like, "Okay, we're Afro Latino," oh no, it doesn't exist, or they'll try to make, or they'll try to make a person look like a
That's part of
fool
the
or
game right
whatever.
there. We out.
Now that's a nice story there.
Yeah,
That's New York. Shout out
that's
to
New
New
York,
York,
bro. Shout out to all cities, man. I just wish we could
bro.
live a little bit more peaceful.
Bro,
Yeah,
say it
me too.
again, man. Say it again, bro. I'm in. I call this city here. I call it a hub. I call it a
Right.
hub because everybody from everywhere comes out. We got cats from New York. We got cats from Chicago. We got cats from Detroit. We got cats from L.A., Atlanta, everywhere. And I get to see how everybody moves. Now, the stereotypes that you guys might have about Atlanta are 100% true.
Oh, oh, oh,
100% true.
oh. Okay,
I've been
okay.
over there
Now,
too. I know what's up over there. It's not nice. It's not pretty.
It's
now,
it's
now.
it's different. It's different out there,
It's very
bro.
sad,
Yo, yo,
man.
Bro
yo,
had on
The
a
one,
bro
community
had
out
on a
there is
whole
very sad.
hey bro
uh,
had a
uh, uh,
whole
uh,
dress with long nails like 5 inches long.
SWV.
He yeah he was
yo,
holl he was hollering at girls. He was hollering at girls, and they was going.
yo.
They was
Oh,
Now,
I
going,
know
bro.
those. I know those. Those are the girls that
If
identify as lesbian. You heard?
yo,
nah, nah,
Those
nah,
are
nah,
they're
nah.
trans bros. Listen to this shit right here. I'm gonna try to keep it
yeah,
rated for all dojos, but these brothers, these brothers are legit trans bros that claim to be lesbians, and they holler at girls while they're dressed up
yeah.
looking like girls.
I swear for Jesus Christ, I'm telling the truth, bro.
I've
I
seen
was
it. Little
I
5 Points Atlanta full of those.
I'm not gonna
Nah,
say the
nah,
name of the
because
company because I might want to work there again. I'm not gonna say the name of the company, but they had a lot of they brought in some extra workers from another city, from
Someone
another
dropped
state,
their flag.
from bro. I was so shocked how dude was looking, bro. I'm like, bro, this man is in a whole dress, and and he kicking it with us. He kicking it with the guys. Talking about, hey, bro, I'm finna go holler at Shorty over there. I'm like, yo, what, bro?
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
he said they
No,
were
no, no.
lesbian
You're,
dating.
John, Johnny and Pete.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one extra, right? And this is a joke. This is a relationship joke.
Yeah,
If a woman is running your relationship,
yeah,
you know what part, if you see a woman, if a woman is a man in the relationship,
yeah.
yeah, if her beard's longer than her husband's.
Yo,
If the what?
yo, fam. If the beard is longer than the husband's, yo, hey,
That's
it's
something
wild,
else.
bro. Bro, out here where
Yo, now,
I'm in Fort Wayne right now, Indiana right now, bro. It's a Kroger's, like 4 blocks from here. Yeah,
Right,
it's a Kroger's like 4 blocks from here, bro. I'm grocery shopping, bro. I see this is a real relationship, bro. It's a dude, regular dude, like me or y'all, and the dude he's dating. She look like a stud lesbian, bro. No disrespect,
right,
no
right.
disrespect. She's dressed like a. They're in a real relationship, bro.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
I see that in New
are
York a
dudes
lot.
really like? Well, yeah, in New York, y'all got a reputation out there, bro. Y'all women out there, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, with the Thames. the women with the chin, like, yo, you really you trying to mess around, my dude? Like, yo, whoa, hold on, you got to be a little more feminine, please. And
I mean
to be fair,
that's not all women.
yeah, New York has
Yeah.
the reputation. New York has the reputation. In real life, I've seen it in Chicago. In real
Okay.
life, I've seen it like
All right. Now, as far as the stereotype, right? I was talking to a
that.
Navy veteran. I was talking to a Navy veteran that I used to work with, right?
Yeah,
And he actually was living in Atlanta at the time. Now,
yeah,
from what I've seen and everything, right? Now, from what I've seen and from what I heard, it's from everything that he said. A comedian guy that I used to work with before said he used to tell me that the women were so desperate for a real man in
yeah.
Atlanta that if you're a real man and you go to Atlanta and you're down on your luck, you will get a car, you will get a hookup for a job ASAP, and
Hold on,
and a
you
woman
telling the truth.
and a woman will pay for it. I was like, okay, so why a woman is gonna will go through all that trouble for a guy who is a real man who is not
Yeah.
from Atlanta?
Let me
Because
tell.
he wanted to said this. There's a shortage of real men. I was like,
Let
wow.
me tell you this. Let me tell you this, bro. What I've seen, I'm 30. I think I'm younger than both of y'all.
Right,
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I'm 30. The women my age, this is the age where a lot of women they wanna they wanna find a real man. And, they wanna get married now. They wanna have kids and everything. What I've seen, bro, these women they getting dudes from prison. A lot of dudes from prison don't have a lot of
mm,
opportunities. They're willing to take care of these dudes. I'm talking about
uh,
house them, help them get
yeah,
a car,
yeah,
everything, bro. And see me with the dreads, with these type of dreads, I got freestyle dreads. They
right.
look at me like they looking at me like, oh, you ain't got nothing. No, I got two jobs. I got two jobs, not one, two. I'm working my ass off. I'm building for myself. And
I'm
the
back.
women, yeah.
All right,
Oh, all right, I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm gonna say this one more time for bro. So it's a lot of women like they're looking for dudes from prison.
right,
And me with my dreads, I got freestyle dreads. They
right.
look at me like a dude that just got out of prison or don't have nothing, that has nothing to his name. I'm like, I got plenty. I got two jobs. I got a car.
All right,
I had a car. I crashed my car, but I work hard for everything I got. Everything I have, I work
all
hard
right,
for.
right.
These women are literally telling, bro. They will tell you right now, oh, you need a place to stay? Come stay with me.
Yeah.
I
You know
think,
what's funny? I've seen that a lot in certain communities, and not
yeah,
on like you have
yeah,
certain men who are actually down on their luck and everything like that, and they'll have a woman that'll take care of them or whatsoever the case may be.
yeah,
But then you have certain people that that I guess when they come is very rarely, but it is possible. You have
yeah.
certain people who actually been in behind the G wall that actually come
Hmm.
out and they make more money because I guess they actually read books and everything like that.
Yeah, and all respect and all love to them.
Yes. So this is my thing. Now with
Hey,
it now
check out check out what Millennial just posted. Check out what he just posted.
yeah,
Uh, there are women like that are out there who are willing to take that level of desperation by getting a now former jailbird. I hope he doesn't become a recidivist. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're picking these dudes. They're the worst people, literally the worst human beings. And they say,
I
I'm
mean,
finna fix him.
me. This is one thing that I'm seeing, like within the collective, right? That
Yeah,
you have certain right there. A woman right there. Just make sure that if they do get those guys from prison, make sure they don't
yeah,
have those special charges. The charges that you could
yeah.
actually look at them in the app. It was like, oh, he's living here
Uh-huh.
and everything like that. Just make sure
Yeah,
that he doesn't make that he doesn't have that charge because out here
yeah.
I'm on an app in my neighborhood and there's 13 of those guys around here now. So I'm like, I'm glad that I don't really hang out here in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm only 30. You guys are older. You guys have the knowledge and the wisdom that I'm looking for. And
Yeah.
I think it's a blessing that I have the mindset that I have because there's other dudes that's my age. They not thinking like that.
Hmm.
You know, it's kind of embarrassing. Like
It's
I work
one
with certain
thing,
dudes.
brother Johnny. It's one thing to have lived life the hard way and then
Mhm.
learn to want to live life the easy way or an easier method than those that just live life the easy way and then go through a hard. You know,
Yeah,
when people live a happy life their whole life and then go through hardship, they understand pain a little too late. As for us, that we
Yeah.
understood pain from the get-go, I'm saying we can shine in that little bit of darkness that the world wants to throw at us because we already went through the
yeah.
pain. As opposed to people that were
Got
raised
you.
happy-go-lucky, and then when they meet rock bottom, they don't know what to do with their life.
Mhm. Yes,
Yo,
sir.
Giorgio, you can come up. I'll put the link on the description.
My man, Georgia, bro, he my age. That's somebody I need to talk to. He my
Yeah.
age. He understand. He understand, bro. So I know you've been going through the same dating things that I've been dealing with, bro. Like being my age, I know you attract a lot of younger women. Number one, number two, you might try to holler at girls your age, but the majority of them they'll say they want a relationship, but when you actually sit and talk to them, like when I was sitting and chopping it up with old girl at the gas station a couple months ago, when you telling me these, yeah, uh, yeah, my ex, I ended up trying to do this, that, and the other this time, but I'm like, yo, you crazy, you're
Yeah.
crazy, like, yo, I'm not
Yeah, I
dealing
think we're
with that.
lacking. I'm not sure.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
I'm it was like the rain on my end.
I hear you good.
Got you.
But yeah, like there's a
Hmm.
lot of crazy women out there, like in
Right.
my age group, and it throws me off. Like the one I really wanted was the Costa Rican girl. She fine, fine, fine. But then I have a rule: if your eye twitch when I'm talking to you, you crazy, you crazy. And if you ever see that eye twitch, just know that she crazy.
I don't know, bro.
Bro, I
That's like some
swear.
kind of secret power that you've discovered or something.
Yeah, bro. I feel like I'm the only one to know about it. Cause I be telling my homies, I'm like, bro, you ever seen a girl eye twitch? The one that want to date you, but specifically the one that want to date you, not the one that want to sleep with you, the one that want to date you. You see that eye twitch, bro? She's crazy. She's absolutely
Wow.
she bonkers, bro.
I mean me
She
me in my place of work, right? It's already known within my job. Like I've been working there for 5 years. I let people know
yeah
that I'm a married man or I'm committed or
yeah
anything like that. I don't hang with a lot of my coworkers. I don't do half the stuff that my coworkers do. If I see something that that's not of my lifestyle, I'm not gonna hang. And certain people, they know me. They're like, okay, yeah, this, that, and the third, but that's it. All right, Giorgio.
yeah.
Well,
You look
thanks
Hey,
for
at
bro, how you
inviting.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing very well, and Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me on.
Que lo que, dame
So
la
Thank you.
luz, dame la luz.
yes, yes, this is Georgia. He actually speaks Spanish also. So
Yeah,
we
and
Saludos,
have
also
so
saludos.
this
Hey,
then I can also
so
like hear it. Like, yeah, I can read it too, understand it.
I
It's
can
my
actually
read it,
pretty
man.
write it,
easy
speak
language to
it,
understand.
translate it, interpretate it, meditate it, dance it, sleep
See,
it,
yo,
eat it,
Dad.
cook it.
I know, right?
Yeah, so I could probably say muchas gracias por invitarme.
El
hold on.
placer
Then
es
I
todo
have
nuestro,
Jojo.
Invitarme.
caballero. El placer es todo
Jojo.
See,
nuestro, caballero. Mucho gusto tenerte aquí.
See.
ya tú sabes, ya tú sabes.
Yeah, bro. It's different when you see a brother from the hood, just average brother, just happened to be raised in DR. It's like the Spanish is different. And
Hey,
then
Exactly.
look,
Yeah.
my
I was in
Spanish is
Well,
not
DR.
as good
there's a
as
lot.
y'all.
There's Spanish speakers who look like everybody on this panel.
You know what I'm
Look,
It
saying?
my
feels
Spanish,
Exactly.
it's
my Spanish is not as good as y'all's, but
It's
I've been
enough.
studying for 8 years. I've been studying for 8 years, and um, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. you know.
Yo,
Sounds
yo,
good to
yo,
me,
but
bro.
yo, yo, but Pete, yo, but
Yeah.
Pete. There's something that was something when we were talking about my late relative, right? You put me on to something that I didn't know.
What's that, brother?
I
What did
know.
I enlighten you with?
Well, um, rest in peace to my prima Margarita.
Rest in peace,
That she was
Margarita.
a doctor.
That's
Yeah,
right. SFM loves her and misses her.
yeah.
Que descanse en paz.
That's right.
Descanse en paz. Sí.
Bien dicho.
Yep. Now,
Well said.
what I knew was that when my mom used to tell me, right, that was my aunt, her mother
Mhm.
was friend with the Carrion in San
Okay.
Pedro. Now, when you talked to me and everything like that, I didn't know that she was protected by the government, bro. I did not
Yeah,
know that
bro.
at all.
She was she was this is something that isn't normally spoken about because we're in America, obviously. But
Mhm.
Margarita, she was an agent for the DNI. And the DNI in Dominican Republic is kind of like the CIA here,
Yeah.
but
Right.
they have officials everywhere that do mostly different things, and they report back if there's something wrong. If they see something wrong that's going to happen to the country, that's the only time they have to report back. So Margarita
Mhm.
was agente del DNI, oficial del DNI. So yeah, she was
Wow.
protected by the government. She had la tarjeta de Balaguer. When you have Balaguer's card, bro, El
Mm.
Ejército Nacional opens paths for you.
Wow.
Bro, let me say this. I gotta say this, bro. You said that you speak in college Spanish or
Yes, sir.
professor Spanish. Bro, your Spanish is way better than mine, bro. way better than mine.
My mother's Spanish.
I
I
appreciate
mean,
you, brother. Humble.
God rest and soul to her. She acts when I tell people my story or whatever. Certain people who they want to go around and try to nitpick and everything like that. But I am who I say I am. Now, with that said, right? My mother, she was like
Definitely
the most
fine.
educated woman that I know. And then it was Margarita's mother also because she was a teacher. Now, between my mother and my aunt, right? We were just like their Spanish and their English was impeccable,
Hmm.
and it was to the point that like how certain Spanish kids could get away with trying to translate for their parents, and they could do
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I didn't have that. I did not have that luxury because my mother knew English and Spanish well.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's
So
that's a blessing. Yeah.
yeah, it is. Now, with that said, my mother tried to focus with me more on the English. But what my mom did not know when she actually came from this country, that 20 years forward, everybody was going to be speaking Spanish in New York.
Yep.
Hey, hey. I apologize. I apologize for cutting you off, but I gotta go. Um,
All right. It was nice that
but
you was here, Johnny.
yeah, you
You okay,
already
bro?
know. Always love. No, it's my homies just showed up, and he's talking about my Mexican homie. Me and him, we started a painting business together,
Okay.
and since
Okay.
his contract is up for the loan, and the
All
dude
right.
that gave him the loan made him promise that he would not hire me.
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
wow.
Yeah, go talk that out, man. Go fix that before it becomes political.
Go fix that. Exactly.
He's talking about paying me $1,000 a week.
Oh, okay.
Where I live, the cost of living is low here, so $1,000 a week is good. It is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000 a week in New York is it's okay, but it's not good.
It's
Yeah, you
not.
see, yeah, you
It's
That's
good
know.
out here where I'm at. I'm in
that's
southern
okay, but
Nevada.
not good. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, speak.
But
No,
shit,
no, I was about to say is that making 1,000 a week is also very decent out here too in southern Nevada.
Oh yeah,
hey,
that's right. Nevada has the cost of living is pretty decent as well.
Well, that's
okay,
where
Yeah,
the
I've
That's what
gradually
heard.
Switch is
I'm
changing
paying
out.
because you have a
everyone.
lot of people moving in from California who are also bumping up the market rate.
Uh-oh.
Y'all be good. One love. Y'all be
Johnny,
One
good.
bless up,
love.
man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, you have a good day, Johnny.
Y'all too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, like we talked a lot about a lot of topics. We were talking about the martial arts. We were talking about Atlanta, a place that I'd never been. Um, I think I passed through it by train when I went to Orlando, Florida, with me and my wife. And what else? Yeah, I think. Well, I never been to the West Coast before, but I would love to go. You might have to be my tour guide, George. Or
I'm open.
yep.
Yeah, Nevada, part of the West Coast because we're still on Pacific Standard Time. But if you
Yeah.
go into, but if you go into Wyoming, which I also like to call my other favorite spot, that's Mountain Time.
Right.
Because it's further.
So
Correct.
Colorado is still Pacific time, also, right?
No, Colorado is Mountain Time. So like Colorado, and then like the far western part of Nebraska, they're all Mountain Time, and even the far
All right.
western side of South Dakota, also a Mountain Time. In Idaho, it's Mountain Time too.
All right.
Would you like to check out Wyoming?
I mean, yeah, because I heard that Wyoming is good. Isn't that okay? Part of my ignorance, but isn't that where Buffalo's is at, or that's another sector of the United States?
There's buffalo, like gray wolves, and also definitely the grizzlies out in the area of Yellowstone National Park. So you
Right.
read correctly. Yeah, we they do have those animal species out there.
All
But
right.
man, like those buffaloes, they can be very aggressive if they feel threatened, and they can charge
Oh,
at you too.
can't get
Yeah.
close to those at all.
Mm-mm.
Agreed.
Only at the zoo.
Yep.
As far as the zoo will have them as close to you. That's as close as you need to be to those. Those animals are super
Exactly.
wild.
They are.
Exactly.
Same. We also have like the moose as well. One of like the
Moose.
deadliest deer species too.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? For the first time before my birthday, I went up and I ate deer meat, venison. I mean. And I could say that the way that my mother-in-law prepared it, I did not even know it was deer until she told me it was deer. I was like, interesting. Tastes like steak. But then,
Like
but then my
like
cut.
anything, like anything real food, it needs to be cooked properly. If it's cooked thoroughly
exactly.
in a certain way, you're gonna enjoy it and think that it's chicken, steak, turkey, something.
Yeah, because my cousin, who's the oral surgeon, right? He was. I went up and I told him like, yeah, I went up and I ate some deer meat. He was like, man, I had a bad experience. So he went up and he detailed his experience, right? Because he thought he went to a high end restaurant, so they had a lot of stuff that was weird on the menu. So he actually thought that he was going to go and eat something that he might have recognized, which is deer.
Mm.
So let's just say his bad experience was like when he tasted the meat, he didn't know what game he was until he tasted it. So I was like, wow. I was like, I'm like, I've heard that term like in cooking shows. Like, well, the meat is a little bit type of gamey and everything like that. I was like, well, okay, I don't know what gamey is, but I've heard that term in Anthony Bourdain and that dude Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmer. If that helps. Um, so that's one thing I've heard. I've heard certain people say that term of lamb also. But in my life that I ever ate lamb, I never tasted a gamey lamb. So I don't know. I guess I will not taste what gamey is or whatever the definition is.
Um,
Want a piece?
as long as deer
Give me
meat
a
is
piece.
nutritious, I wouldn't mind it though. But just the only thing I would never try is a cat or a dog.
I bought it.
I mean, me personally,
Disgusting.
this right? Like, no offense, no offense to the Asian people all over the United States and everything like that, and the ones that actually have food establishments. But I don't. I'm going to be honest. When we eat certain stuff, we don't know if we. I'm going to be honest. It might taste good and everything like that, but we get like takeout and everything like that. Well, we don't know. I'm just going to be honest because because I had a friend, right, and she went to and she moved from New York to Florida. So she was like, "Man, I eat the Chinese food out here, right? But something's missing." I was like, "Okay," and she's like, "Maybe it's the rat." I was like, "OMG, like really?" I actually thought that she was gonna say something about the spices and stuff. She really went up and said that. That so I
A
was
lot of
like,
creepy pasta pictures and videos of people eating street food, not knowing where it's coming from, and then when they see how it's processed, they're like, "Oh no,
or for example, like, all right, a lot of people they get their heads you know they get very emotional about this topic. So in China, right, for thousands of years, you have the human dog festival, right? So people who are from the Western countries are always protesting to ban this festival. But to me, I look at it differently. Okay, yeah, I love my pets and everything like that. Well, my pet now, which is a cat. But I look at it differently I guess from the American point of view. Who am I as an American? I'm gonna go around and impose my will to a people who actually
who actually has been doing this for 1,000 years, for thousands of years. So who am I to go and say how they could dictate their culture?
I mean, you have the right to your opinion, and if you don't speak
Right.
your voice as a if you don't speak your voice as a human, then then you don't have any value on this earth. You have to sometimes
Exactly.
speak if you see something wrong, even if it's a tradition of 1,000 years.
Right.
I'm one of those people that I believe that enlightenment is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
You know, knowledge is key. Wisdom will guide you through it all.
Right.
If you see something wrong and you don't express that what you're seeing is wrong, you're not manifesting it, then clearly you are okay and you are accepting whatever you're seeing. I get it. Oh,
Right.
who are you to go to a different country and tell those people that they shouldn't do that? I get it,
Right.
but it's not a
Right.
political stand at that moment. It's not even a political point of view. At that point,
Hmm.
it's a morality point of view at that moment. Like, I don't deem it nice. I don't deem it right. You know,
Right.
you can even see it in a spiritual point of view of I don't think God likes that.
Exactly.
You know,
I
and
mean,
and then who are they to tell you wrong too? Because you're entitled to your opinion. You're a human being that lives and breathes and feels.
right. Exactly.
But yeah,
I
man.
mean, yeah. It's like, for example, like that one thing I'll be watching from the McDojo life. Shout out to that channel, by the way.
Yep.
And the guy, right? I'm like, he actually gives the star. He actually gives like stars, which is not really stars, but he's like Dillman's because of a martial arts by the name of George Dillman.
Dillman stars.
Yeah, or well, he just calls them Dillmans. And then you you have the clips that are you got Bushido and you got Bullshido. So I'm like, okay,
Bushido. Bushido
yeah,
is the correct terminology, and then bullshido is when we see stuff that's wrong at a dojo. It's like, this is not
yeah,
right.
like for example, today I was just looking at a Facebook clip, right? And like how they showed an older woman. She was supposed to do the flip, I guess, within not the flip, but how to roll over correctly in karate, I believe. But
Okay.
she didn't do it right, and the guy who was who was supposed to be the sensei did not do it right either. I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. I don't know what it is because I'm not a martial arts expert, but you sense that something's wrong. You just can't really pinpoint what it is. And then when I was looking at in the comments, it was like, okay, the techniques is off. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, there's started to rain, pouring over here.
oh yeah, it's pouring over here too.
Um, there was a time something similar to that magnitude. I was visiting a dojo in Tampa Bay where the senior, not the senior instructor, the headmaster of that dojo was a second dan black belt in karate. I don't remember what type of karate. And he had students that were fourth degree black belts and fifth degree black belts. And I'm like, wait, did those students come from somewhere else with that degree? Or did he give them that degree? I later came to find out that they were promoted to third, fourth, and fifth dan while being in his system. I'm like, wait, how does that make sense? If me
You,
as a
you,
teacher, if me as a teacher, I'm a second degree black belt, I can't promote anyone over me because I don't know that. I'm not that.
I mean, what's funny? And when you actually mentioned there's been like similar things that have gone on in McDojos. And me personally, it's like, okay, I understand the degrees to a point in certain martial arts systems, but to me, it's like, okay, let's say, and I'm just giving an example. Let's say that you and I, right? We actually we actually went and we created a hybrid system or something like that, right? And we're supposed to be like the founders of that system, right? So I guess within that hybrid system and stuff, we have like our own ranking and everything like that. So I could say that it could be possible, but if it's not like within like a big governmental, I'm not gonna even use the word government, but I'm just gonna say like a higher order of structure within that martial art. I couldn't see how a person who is a second degree is gonna go around and give a third or fourth degree when the fact when or better yet, they'll go and they'll try to promote themselves in a style that they found, which actually has no order. So I've seen that in certain systems also. So it makes you wonder.
If someone finds they find their own system, right? I'm a founder of my own system.
Right,
Um, being a founder of a system technically entitles you to being the highest rank of that system.
right,
But if you're going to display that, you're going to display that, automatically, as opposed to how
right.
this guy was displaying that he was a second on black belt and he had students that outranked him. That didn't make sense to me.
It that yo, that's that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense.
That's just it's McDojo ish. Just my opinion, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Because
like,
I spoke to this
it,
person. I spoke to this
right,
person because, I believe that martial arts is supposed to be a harmony system. So all those that practice the way of the Chinese hand, the way of the empty hand, I believe that all of us are brothers and sisters learning the way of not combat, learning the way of defense so that we can live in harmony and peace. So I talk to other
right,
martial artists. I don't. I'm not going to shut them down off their opinion or shut them down because I think that what they're doing is wrong, but I am going to
right,
speak to them. And depending on what they tell me, of course, my second intuition is going to kick in and let me know if this person's intellect is up to par, if the person's education is up to par. Like, I don't expect you to be a master, a sensei, a teacher, if you don't have some type of education to actually be a leader. I
mm,
remember I was talking to T last time when we were talking about the Taekwondo. We were talking
right.
about that teachers can't just turn around and abuse their students. You're going to
Exactly.
see a lot of abuse if the person that's the head of a system is someone that has no intellect, is someone that has no per se uh, um, human value of education. Because not everything is learned at school. The first school is your home.
Right.
I know masters that passed away already. May their soul carry on to the great beyond. I know masters that never went to school because to go to
Hmm.
school meant that you were rich, you were of some high class. These people were
Right.
peasants. They were nothing. All they knew was martial arts. Martial arts made them who they were in seniority.
Hmm.
But these people were so highly educated in human rights and empathy and love to thy neighbor that you would never know these people knew martial arts because they were so kind.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. A lot of people think that they're going to study martial arts and become ruthless, aggressive beasts. That's not what the system is for. Like,
And that's one thing that when I do go back to the martial arts, hopefully not to even not to even try to portray I because to me, if you even try to be braggadocious about what you are and everything like that, 9 times out of 10 is not going to serve you well in the long run. And I've seen that happen a lot. So my thing is that if I'm going to go and learn the martial arts, I'd rather learn what the discipline is. Hopefully, it could make me a better person. And also, with that said, with that discipline, also, you could actually try to impart like your knowledge to the youth or whatsoever. So therefore, like you could do better things in life, or maybe, for example, you could stop the crime in your neighborhood or whatever. So since everybody's in harmony,
Right.
that's one thing I could actually get from the martial arts. I'm just an outsider. Look, I'm just an outsider looking at the martial arts, but I could see that most of the martial artists that I've met, you included, are actually very humble people, very respectful, and you can tell that y'all don't play, but at the same time, you'll actually treat a person like a brother. Like for example, T was my T was my supervisor, right? Now, as I said, we didn't really talk about the martial arts and stuff. We just had like a good friendship. Now later on down the line, when he became my Facebook friend and everything like that, and and I started seeing what he was doing. I mean, being a martial arts teacher and everything like that. Me and him, we talked here and there, but we had like maybe 12 years that we haven't seen each other ever since we stopped working at that establishment. So with that said, me and T, we were just I went up and I hit him up. I was like, I'm doing something about the martial arts. So it's a good thing that he came. I know that he's still reading because he's about to depart in his act of being a missionary in Nepal. Buses to him. So my thing is this: like like from my experiences, the martial arts not only make you a better person, physically, but it's supposed to actually change your life.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. So I hope that the listeners could actually take part of that. And also next week I'm going I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if I could get a martial maybe several or maybe another martial artist, maybe international or maybe from the Dominican Republic. So I'm gonna try to make this into a weekly thing, Pete.
Yeah, man. I'm here.
I hear you.
I'm here, bro.
I
I'm ready and willing and able. I know.
I
I
hear
know
you.
these shows. These shows are a blessing to everyone, and like I said, it's just bound to get bigger. At one
Yep.
point, it's going to get to a point where it might. I'm not going to say it's going to be out of control, but it's going to be a point where you're going to look back and be like, "Wow, I remember when it was just a couple of people coming on," and there's going to be people left and right wanting to come on, and we're going to have to screen people and all types of stuff. Like it's going to get big. It's going to get big. It's going to blow up. And
Exactly.
the beauty of manifesting the truth and what we see and expressing the knowledge of what we know will always shed light on those and will always bring the masses. Because people want knowledge, people want the light. So as long as
Hmm.
you have light to show and light to spare, people are going to come for it. And that's all we're going to provide. We're going to provide nothing
Yep.
but what we know, what we can, and keep going.
Yep.
Because it's further elevation from here. Every day is a new day to keep going up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, I had a job interview 2 days ago,
All right.
and I got hired to manage a bounce house company based out of the Bronx.
Mm.
Um, they do carnival rides, mechanical, inflatable. They do barbecue and grilling. They do tents. So I'm gonna have my hands full, man. I'm happy to find a venue that fits the venue that I did previously for 14 years.
Right.
And having the experience of what the 14 years is what made it possible for the owner to see me with the eyes that he saw me, to say, listen, I need a manager like you. I'm like, I never told him I was a manager. And he all
Right.
of a sudden he's calling me a manager. I'm like, uh-oh, promotion.
Hmm. Exactly. So, you know what I'm going to say? Blessings,
Amen.
blessings to you and your family, and you and I behind the scenes. We're gonna actually talk a little bit more. Yo, quick question, because I have my own cousin that actually came here from. I'm not going to say where she came from, but she was in the city. I didn't have an opportunity to link up with her, but you know she was in the city.
Copy.
So she was my she was on la doctora's that's like the doctora's sister.
Copy.
So she was out here and everything like that. But I'm like, dang, that was when you actually told me that actually blew my mind because I was raised with her. I was raised with my cousin Maggie. Me, her brothers, my older cousins.
Yeah.
We always chilled and everything like that. So I did not even know that. But thanks for telling me, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a beautiful thing, especially in DR, bro. I before leaving the country, I was talking to a few people because I myself wanted to become an official through the DNI, El DNI, because
Hmm.
there's a lot of respect for those people. The police show them a lot of respect.
Right.
And in San Pedro, believe it or not, the police don't show the civilians that much respect unless they have some type of military background, police influence in the family, or they know somebody politically that will back them up. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
in the case of your aunt, she had Balaguer's card. Like, you can't stop nobody if you have, you have Balaguer's card. That man
Well,
goes
Maggie was
against
my
the law.
cousin actually. I don't know about my aunt, but my aunt had Balaguer's card.
Yeah,
En paz descanse a la profesora Modesta. Um, I mentioned that name even to this day to the older Macorizanos about, oh, I'm gonna tell you something which is funny.
yeah,
I knew a guy that when I was up in Malecon
yeah.
that I met that was the former boyfriend of Margarita, my cousin. I was like,
Okay,
wow. So it was like me, my compadre, her brother, of course. That's my first cousin, and the guy. So we were all drinking in a Malecon because typical Dominican stuff.
that's what it is.
Yep. So we're just talking, having a good time and everything like that. I was like, oh, okay. Now, when I was living in Jersey, I met a whole bunch of people that knew my father. I was like, okay. And my father always told me this. In Consuelo, you're gonna meet like maybe 50 to 100 people that said that know me from saving lives in the Dominican Republic. I was like, yeah, I did. You know, typical teenager stuff. Later on, you know, I just mentioned my dad's name, right? What they called him. It was like, oh, it was like, oh,
You heard that? I was like, yeah. I can remember when I was 22, right? So I was one up and I spoke my choppy Spanish, and the guys they actually corrected me with love, right?
Right.
So there was like, oh, so I know that you speak Spanish bad and everything like that. So we're just chilling and stuff. So he was like, so where, like, well, I'll tell you where I'm from. I was like, okay. He was like, I'm from Consuelo. I was like, really? That's where my parents are from. He was like, I might know your parents. I was like,
Crazy.
okay. I was like, okay. So I went up and I just mentioned my dad's name. The guy went up and was like, just gave me a look, right? He was like, hold up. You're this guy's son? So what? So in typical Dominican fashion, how things run. You know, there's a guy that knows a guy, and they'll be like, okay.
Yep.
They'll be like, yo, you know who this guy is? And it was like, oh, I just thought he was one of the theaters up in the barber shop. He was like, nah, man, this is so and so's son. So I was like, no man, diga. I was like, yeah. So after that, there was like, I haven't really been back to that side of the Bronx ever since my pops passed. But
So
most of the people who my dad who knew of my dad or looked up to my dad and everything like that, I know they're still asking them like some people they don't even know because years and everything like that.
yeah.
But I guess now because a lot of people know. So people that even knew my dad sometimes ask me like how I'm doing and everything like that. Or or and then sometimes you find out stuff that I might not even know, meaning that my dad might have helped people to be like a local thought and everything like that. Or he inspired people to become a local thought. So it's actually a small world on who you meet. Yeah.
I'm here, brother. I'm here. I'm cooking right now for the kids.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to hang it up, but next Wednesday we're gonna actually talk about a very, very important topic. I'll talk to you behind the scenes on how to organize it and everything. So, it was a pleasure, Pete.
Always, brother. Blessings to you.
Anytime.
Blessings to the family. And like I said at the beginning of the transmission, blessings to the listeners. Blessings to the commentators. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Let us know what you thought about the show. Let us know if you have any questions you want us to follow up on. And let us know if you have any topics as far as martial art questions concerned so that we could answer them.
Exactly.
Blessings to all. Blessings to all.
Blessings.
Us.
Amen.
I buy out. I'm bowing out. Us.
Os.